Alright, you've seen the title, so let's go ahead and make a beautiful melody. What we'll focus on is making a melody that sounds full enough with all the elements like the harmony, ambiances, some movement, counter melody, lead melody, and the bass line. With that said, let's jump straight into it. First and foremost, you'll need an instrument to make your melody, right? I have this Rode preset selected from Keyscape. Next up, let's select a scale using the ghost note method. Well, to do this, we add a sampler channel. You can find it on the sampler menu here. Just open it up. On the top bar, select the stamp icon and we'll uncheck only one. From here, we select any root note. Let's do the C and any other C. And then this selects all the notes belonging to the C major scale. So, if you open up the VST channel, you will see all the ghost notes of the scale. If yours don't show, just hit alternate plus V to activate it. Now we have to go back to the stamp menu and check only one, so that we'll be able to select notes individually to make our melody. So basically we'll limit ourselves to the notes of the scale. So the highlighted ones, that's the notes we'll be working with. And then the dark ones, we ignore them. Well, alternatively, you can select scale from this menu and that will just work fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and make the harmony or chord progression. With basic music theory, you should know there are 7 notes belonging to the major scale. And to build the tonic chords on them, we skip a scale note twice. Skip and skip. So these are all the diatonic chords on the major scale. The 7th degree is a diminished chord. I'll just mute that. The only reason is that the 7th degree is rarely used in a chord progression. So we have limited ourselves to only 6 chords. All we do now is to mix and match them in a given order in order to evoke an emotion. So our progression will be the 2, 6, 5, 1. Well, it sounds basic like this. To make it more interesting, we just duplicate the bass note for depth. And from here, we invert notes to glue the progression together. If the progression don't sound full, just double the root note. Now we can find a suitable rhythm to play our progression in. So just select the chords and point your mouse in between the chords until the cursor changes. Now you can hold shift and drag to resize it. Last but not the least, we humanize the melody. And you can mess around with these settings until you find something you like. So here's our chord progression. Next up, we'll layer the melody with ambience texture for atmospheric feel. One way to do this is to layer the melody with a pad. So an easy way to layer a melody is to copy the existing melody and paste it on the other instrument. But to add more flair to it, what we'll do is that we'll revoice the pad layer. Alright, we can add another layer. Let's do this ambient vocal. It's just the root note of the progression and an octave higher so that it can be heard. Alright, with that done, from here we do some basic mixing to glue everything together. So we do EQ to cut the low frequencies. I'll just advise for non-bass instrument, just remove excess low end. And for this vocal part, we just drown it in reverb. Alright, with that done, Let's add some movement to the progression to add more life to it. We can do this by layering the progression with a mallet. We do Shift plus D to resize them. From here we can add passing notes. Next up, we can add another percussive layer to complement the existing melody. And for effect, let's do the RC20, the depth for pluck preset. And then we can follow that with delay. And pneumatic for movement. Alright, at this point we can add our counter melody. So we'll have this simple pattern. And now we can do a response melody with another guitar. Alright, with that done, we add a simple bass line. For the bass line, we start with the root note of the progression. And we can add a simple groove to it. Alright, to glue everything together, let's add a lead melody with a sax loop. And I just added the basic drums to it, so let's listen to what everything sounds like. Like always, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.